Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a bread truck, to convert it into an RV, a tiny house on wheels? Recently, I met with Paul Barger, once again, a friend of mine for several years, who has converted his bread truck over to a tiny house, and he's going to give you a tour of his latest update and renovations to his tiny house on wheels. I hope you enjoy this video tour.
My name is Paul Barger. You can find me as the Bread Trucker as well on YouTube. It's a 1989 Utilimaster body on a GMC platform with a 4BT Cummins diesel, turbo diesel engine in it. I get about 14 miles to the gallon pretty consistently in this ride. Well, this is the step for my step van, and this is my entryway. Right now I have set up a Yagi antenna that's a dual antenna for a cell phone boosting signal. This is the rear of my truck. I just finished out this wall and been doing a lot of construction. I have construction debris everywhere, but I'm pretty much finished. But it has a big window in the back, and I just got rid of my door. It used to be a door. It was a much better setup than I used to have. I got lucky when I bought this. I didn't even realize it, but it was nearly 8 feet wide. When I lined it up with all the other step vans I've seen, they're about 7 feet wide, so I have about an extra foot of width. It's a wide body, so I've never seen another converted step van that has the same width as this one. I used a really simple solution to mount my solar panels to the roof. Those are really cheap cargo rack for like a van. And I built my own solar rack out of aluminum, and I have 700 watts of solar power up there. Now let's go inside. Let me show you the inside of the bread truck. This is the driver area of the bread truck. This is very low priority when it comes to comfort for me. I didn't really care if I was comfortable up here driving. It's mainly all metal. It's very functional. One new addition I just did add is I have lights that go all around the cab now, and I can switch them off on the dashboard, so that's super helpful. Up here also is another thing for function. I have my on-demand hot water heater. This is a propane heater, and it allows me to have hot and cold running water on the road all the time. Super nice. The seat over here I took out of a Subaru Forester. It was a little more comfortable than the stock seat that it had, but it's a 4-speed manual. I have a steel knuckle shifter, which is kind of a unique feature. I don't think you see this on too many cars, let alone bread trucks. But 14 miles to the gallon is great in this thing. I can you get around very affordable, and I love traveling and moving a lot of miles, so this truck is really great for that. My truck has a 14-foot box, meaning from this wall back to the back wall is 14 feet, and mine's 8 feet wide, so that gives me about 112 square feet of living space in this truck. This is very well insulated. I have a couple inches of foam rigid board in here, and once I put this in, the back warmed up tremendously, so it's really great. Coming in, I have a closet. It's just a simple like wardrobe out of a home. I found it at Habitat for Humanity. A new addition is it's actually a lighted closet, so I have LED lights up in the top, and IKEA fabric boxes in the bottom for extra storage. Most people are getting rid of their dinettes in their rigs. I've heard that over and over again. Well, I just actually put one in. It's also a bed for a guest if I need to have an extra place to sleep. So this board just comes out. It's a cantilever mount. It just kind of comes out of the slot there, so someone can sleep here as well. And I can also take out the center section and sit like a regular dinette. And then if I want even smaller desk, I can also do this, you know, just for like a cell phone or something little, you know, if you want to like extra leg room. But I love this area. It's a major improvement over what I used to have. One of the priorities in my build was to keep it super cheap and recycle materials so I wasn't consuming more stuff. This is old fence paneling that I got out of Oregon that I helped a friend put a fence panel up. These are some cabinets that I pulled out of a dumpster. A lot of stuff in here is just repurposed stuff. This is just a little solution I came up with. My friend Nelson actually helped me out with that. He was like, make a block that just goes in there and open your cabinet or keep your cabinets closed. So this is another new addition to the bread truck. Is I have a full-time queen size bed in the back of the truck. There was a door back here, and on this side I had a big desk area, and it wasn't very functional. This layout is so much more functional than it used to be. I didn't want to have to convert a bed back and forth, so now it's full-time, always there. And I added this big window, this big beautiful window. I love it. I used to have a door, and I started feeling like I just built a cubicle that was able to travel around the country, and that wasn't my goal, was to sit in a cubicle. So the window totally revolutionized the entire feel of the truck, and I love it. Up here is the headboard. It's not finished. I just finished all this stuff like in the last 48 hours. So underneath the bed I have a ton of storage. My battery bank is under there and some of the solar system, and I can store tons of fabric boxes and bins of whatever I need. There's a lot of storage underneath the queen size bed. On this side of the Breadtruck I have the kitchen and the bathroom. That's what's contained behind these walls. Here is the bathroom. Again, all of this stuff was built out of trash. I just pulled this out of dumpsters, and cabinets came out of dumpsters. The only thing I had to buy was the sink. I wanted the perfect sink, and it's 17 inches by 17 inches. Nice and deep so I could fill a 5-gallon jug. But this is all now fully wired. I have a light switch for the lights. My water pump is on, connected. I can even get hot water on demand. It's amazing. So lots of improvements here. Back here I have my bathroom. This front door is actually a dual purpose door, so that closes my bathroom for privacy. And I have a full working shower, hot and cold running water, with a galvanized tub in the bottom that has a drain that goes out. And it's just a very simple solution. I put a shower curtain around the top, tuck it into the tub, and I have my shower. It's not a wet bath. A little galvanized steel on the wall for decoration, and I have a composting toilet. It's just a fancy bucket system, you know. So I find it to be very simple and easy, and I have no plans on changing over to something else, really. Up here I have a Max fan, and I have a matching one in the back directly over the bed. They work great with the ability to leave them open in the rain. You can turn one blowing air out and one bringing air in, and it just exchanges air so quickly in the van. I really love having 2 fans set up in the truck. It is definitely the way to go.
Thank you, Paul, so much for the tour of your tiny house here. I love seeing the Breadtruck. For those of you who are seeing this for the first time, I did a tour, what was it, probably 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
An earlier version of this. I'm going to put a link in the description there so you can check that out if you want to see the early version of this build and how much it's changed during this time. Paul, you did a fantastic job here. And you have a YouTube channel with tons of videos of the Breadtruck here and your travels. And tell us about that.
Well, it's Paul Barger, my name. You can also find Breadtrucker if you look up Breadtrucker on Instagram, Facebook, any of those. But yeah, the Breadtruck has come a long way. There's tons of tours on YouTube. Seven has done a tour of it, and you can see a huge difference now that it's kind of complete. So.
And thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and we'll see you in a future tour video.